In October, a lot of time and attention is given to raising awareness about breast cancer. But there's another cause hoping to get your attention this month: domestic violence. And joining me now is Dr. Laura Finley with the Women in Distress. Now, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We just don't hear a whole lot about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're trying to change that. It's a really important month, and it's a month that everyone in Broward County can get involved in helping stop domestic violence. So we have a number of events going on and hopefully change that perception.
How bad is the situation here?
Well, the Department of Justice says 1 in 4 women in the United States at some point in their life will be victimized by domestic violence. So we're talking tremendous numbers.
Statistic, yes.
It very much is.
Now, you're wearing a pin.
Yes.
What is that all about?
And this pin represents our silent witnesses. We actually have these in life-size form, cardboard cutouts, all over the county. The main display is at the main library, but there are a number of other locations. And on October 26th at 7 p.m. there's a memorial, and they are meant to represent each person who lost their life to domestic violence in the last year in Broward County.
What can we as individuals do? Because so often, I mean, if it doesn't touch you personally, you just kind of ignore it.
Right. And it's important to remember that this is a problem that does touch everyone. That number is huge. That 1 in 4 number just means somebody at some point that you know will be involved in an abusive relationship. It also does touch our lives in so many ways because we can help end domestic violence. We can get involved to change gender norms. We can get involved in events. We can get involved in causes like Women in Distress that will help end domestic violence.
Now, for example, Women in Distress is so well known here in Broward County for the work you do. Tell me and some of the viewers exactly what kinds of things you do for women who come to you who are in trouble.
Okay. We have 2 shelters, and we have a crisis line that's always in operation. We also have a number of outreach services. People can seek counseling if they wish to have that. We also have support groups. A variety of different topics: a self-esteem group, a crisis group, an anger management group. We have parenting classes. And an important thing to remember is domestic violence happens to women, but it also happens to men, and so our services are open to men as well. We also have children's services, on-site child care, because the vast majority of people come to us have children, and that's a barrier to getting help.
Now, do you actually see a lot of men?
We see some men. We still see more women, but we do have men. We have men who call our crisis line, and we have some men who've worked with support groups in the past.
If someone is the victim of domestic violence, how do they start by getting out of that situation?
They can call our crisis line for help or come down to our offices. That's a good place to start. We can offer all kinds of individualized services. The first thing that they would do is meet with an advocate, and these are trained professionals who would help meet their individual needs, help them connect to referrals that they might need, help them find safe shelter if that's what they need. Really individualized attention.
You know, I find that so often so many women are good at hiding that this is going on in their household. If you suspect that someone is going through this, what should you do? Or should you do anything?
Yeah, it's a tough call. If you call the police and get them involved and the person who is being victimized does not want that, that unfortunately can sometimes escalate the situation. So you have to take caution in those situations. But the best thing we can do is be supportive. Friends and family members and coworkers, telling people things like, I care about you, you deserve better, this is not your fault, and giving them information of where they can go for help.
Quickly, tell me and the viewers, and maybe some woman or man who may be going through a situation, how can they find you guys at Women in Distress? How can they contact you?
Yeah, we have a great website, www.womenindistress.org, or our administration office is 954-760-9800. Both would access all kinds of information about us.
And tons of events going on this month.
Great events. Ongoing are the silent witnesses. We also have a 5K run and walk on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 7:30 a.m. at Markham Park. We have sermons across Broward. Faith leaders of all kinds are including sermons about domestic violence this month, and a number of other events. Our website would also give more details about those.
All right, Laura, thank you so much. Dr. Laura Finley. We appreciate your time and some good information. Well, if you or someone you know is the victim of domestic violence, you can call the toll-free hotline 24 hours a day at 1-800-500-1119. Again, that number is 1-800-500-1119. Well, up next, Michael Yo is in the house, and he'll have a look at this week's new music releases.